Welcome to the Lives of the Eminent, a podcast where we delve into the fascinating stories of history's most remarkable individuals. I am your host, Plutarch, and today we embark on a journey through the life of the legendary Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul. Born with a voice that could move mountains and a spirit that could inspire generations, Aretha Franklin's story is one of triumph, resilience, and the unwavering pursuit of excellence. In this first segment, we explore the early life of Aretha Franklin, a period marked by both joy and hardship, yet ultimately laying the foundation for her future success. Born on March 25, 1942 in Memphis, Tennessee, Aretha was the daughter of Reverend Clarence LaVaughn Franklin and Barbara Siggers Franklin, a family deeply rooted in faith and music. Her father, a prominent Baptist minister known for his charismatic sermons and commitment to social justice, would later influence Aretha's music and artistic vision, instilling in her a sense of purpose that went beyond mere entertainment. In 1946, when Aretha was just 4 years old, her family made the pivotal move to Detroit, Michigan, where Reverend Franklin became the pastor of the New Bethel Baptist Church. This relocation not only changed the geographical landscape of Aretha's life, but also introduced her to the vibrant musical heritage of Detroit, a city that would become her home and a significant part of her story. The New Bethel Baptist Church, with its rich tradition of gospel music, became Aretha's first stage and a central part of her early life, providing her with a sense of community, spiritual nourishment, and the opportunity to develop her remarkable vocal talents. Aretha's childhood was not without its challenges. Her parents separated when she was just 6 years old, and her mother moved to Buffalo, leaving Aretha and her siblings in the care of their father. Despite these difficulties, Reverend Franklin provided a stable and loving environment for his children, encouraging their musical talents and fostering a strong sense of self-worth. Aretha's sisters, Irma and Carolyn, also played an important role in her early life, often singing together as a trio at church functions and local events, sharing in the joy and camaraderie that music brought to their lives. The New Bethel Baptist Church's choir, led by the renowned gospel singer James Cleveland, became a launching pad for Aretha's career, introducing her to the world of professional music. It was here, surrounded by talented musicians and under the guidance of experienced mentors, that Aretha began to hone her craft, learning the intricacies of gospel music and developing the powerful, soulful voice that would one day captivate audiences worldwide. As Aretha grew older, she began to explore other genres of music, including jazz and blues. She was particularly drawn to the works of legendary singers like Mahalia Jackson, Bessie Smith, and Dinah Washington, whose powerful voices and emotional delivery inspired her own unique style. Her early education took place at the Detroit Public Schools, where she attended Northern High School, but it was during this period that Aretha's musical talents began to gain recognition beyond the confines of her church community. The historical context of Aretha's early years is also noteworthy. The 1940s and 1950s were a time of great social change in America, with the civil rights movement gaining momentum. Detroit, with its rich jazz and blues heritage, was at the forefront of this movement, influencing the development of Motown music and providing a fertile ground for artistic expression and social commentary. Aretha's early life was shaped by these broader social and cultural forces, which would later inform her music and artistic vision, imbuing her work with a depth and relevance that transcended mere entertainment. Her experiences during this formative period have laid the foundation for her future success as she prepares to embark on a journey that will take her from the churches of Detroit to the heights of international stardom. As Aretha transitioned from her teenage years into adulthood, she began to pursue a career in music with greater intensity. Her father, Reverend Clarence LaVaughn Franklin, recognizing her talent and potential, became her manager and helped her secure recording contracts. In 1960, at the age of 18, Aretha signed with Columbia Records, marking the beginning of her professional music career. During her time with Columbia, she released several albums that, while not achieving major commercial success, showcased her versatility as a singer and laid the groundwork for her future endeavors. In 1966, Aretha made a pivotal decision that would change the course of her career. She signed with Atlantic Records. This move proved to be a turning point, as it was at Atlantic that she found the perfect blend of creative freedom and professional guidance. Under the tutelage of producer Jerry Wexler, Aretha's music began to take on a new level of depth and soulfulness, blending gospel, blues, and rhythm and blues in a way that captivated audiences across genres. One of Aretha's earliest successes with Atlantic was her 1967 single, I Never Loved a Man the Way I Love You, which reached the top of the R&B charts. However, it was her follow-up single, Respect, that catapulted her to national stardom. Released in 1967, Respect became an anthem for both the civil rights movement and the feminist movement, its powerful message of demanding respect and equality resonating deeply with listeners. The song's success marked Aretha as a major talent and a voice for social change, themes that would continue to evolve throughout her career. The late 1960s and early 1970s were a period of immense creativity and productivity for Aretha Franklin. She released a string of hit albums and singles, including Think, Chain of Fools, You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman, and Call Me. Each of these songs not only showcased her incredible vocal range and emotional delivery, but also contributed to the soundtrack of an era marked by social upheaval and cultural transformation. Aretha's music during this period was not just about personal expression, it was also deeply rooted in her faith and her commitment to social justice. Her gospel roots, evident in songs like Mary Don't You Weep and How I Got Over, continued to influence her work even as she explored other genres. This blend of the sacred and the secular helped to make her music universally relatable, capable of touching hearts and inspiring minds across different communities. The historical context of Aretha's rise to fame is also noteworthy. The 1960s were a time of great turmoil and change in America, with the civil rights movement, the Vietnam War, and the emergence of feminist activism all contributing to a sense of upheaval and transformation. Aretha's music, with its themes of love, respect, and empowerment, resonated powerfully with an audience seeking solace, inspiration, and a voice for their hopes and aspirations. Throughout her career, Aretha Franklin was recognized with numerous awards and accolades, including multiple Grammy Awards, induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and the Presidential Medal of Freedom. These honors not only acknowledged her artistic achievements, but also her impact on American culture and society. It was also about the timing, the cultural context into which she emerged, and her own resilience and determination. Aretha Franklin's story is one of overcoming obstacles, of turning challenges into opportunities, and of using her platform to make a difference in the world. The 1980s saw significant changes in the music industry, with the rise of new wave, punk, and hip-hop. Despite these shifts, Aretha Franklin managed to adapt and thrive. One of her most notable collaborations during this period was with George Michael on the duet I Knew You Were Waiting for Me, released in 1987. This song not only reached number 1 on the UK singles chart, but also marked a high point in her career during the decade, showcasing her ability to transcend genres and appeal to new audiences. In addition to her musical endeavors, Aretha Franklin continued to be recognized for her contributions to music and society. This honor was followed by numerous other awards, including multiple Grammy Awards, further cementing her status as one of the most respected and beloved artists of all time. Despite these professional successes, Aretha Franklin faced personal struggles during the 1980s and 1990s. She experienced health issues, including a battle with alcoholism and weight problems, which sometimes forced her to take breaks from performing. However, her resilience and dedication to her craft allowed her to continue creating music that inspired and uplifted her fans. The 1990s and 2000s saw Aretha Franklin exploring new musical directions while still honoring her roots in gospel, blues, and R&B. Her album, What You See Is What You Sweat, 1991, featured a mix of contemporary and classic soul sounds, demonstrating her ability to evolve with the times without losing sight of what made her music so enduring. One of the highlights of her later career was her performance at President Barack Obama's inauguration in 2009, singing My Country, 'Tis of Thee. While wearing a distinctive hat that became an instant iconic image, Aretha Franklin embodied the spirit of American music and culture, bridging generations with her powerful voice. Throughout the 2010s, despite dealing with health issues, including pancreatic cancer, Aretha Franklin continued to perform and release new music. Her last album, Aretha Franklin Sings the Great Diva Classics, 2004, was a tribute to other legendary female vocalists, showcasing her enduring love for music and her peers. Aretha Franklin passed away on August 16, 2018, leaving behind a legacy that is unparalleled in the world of music. Her ability to adapt to changing musical landscapes while remaining true to herself is a lesson for all artists. Her legacy continues to inspire new generations of musicians and fans alike, ensuring that the Queen of Soul will never be forgotten. That's all for today's Biography with Plutarch. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, remember that understanding the lives of remarkable individuals helps us better understand ourselves.